Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Michigan State versus Penn State college basketball matchup on Thursday, January 4th, 2024. Of course, if you like all the free picks that we do every day at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK to get 15% off. We also have the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. These are meant for people who make big bets. If that's you, go ahead and text the number that you see on the screen. These are not available on the website. You got to text that number. But let's get to this one. Big Ten college basketball action in full force here as Michigan State hosting Penn State. Gotta love conference play, and that's part of moving into the new year. It's almost everybody in conference play at this point. Of course, Penn State comes into this one 7-6 on the season. Not quite the same team that we saw from them last year, team that made it to the NCAA tournament. Michigan State, well, within every 5 years, Tom Izzo has had a Final Four team. This year would be year 5 of that. He has not had a Final Four team in the last 4 years. So we'll see if he can keep that streak alive. It didn't look like he was going to when the season started, but the Spartans have come on strong, and this Spartans team has a lot of those same characteristics that a lot of those Final Four teams had. And it is guys that can hit shots from the outside and people that do the fundamentals extremely well. Good rebounding, take good shots, guys that can hit their free throws. This is how Michigan State has done it. This is how Tom Izzo has done it throughout his entire coaching career. Of course, he does like to complain to the officials, and I think his face is almost like molded, into a whining position, it looks like at times. But regardless of that, this guy can flat out coach. When we see Penn State, the win against Ohio State at home is probably their biggest win of the season so far. The loss was in conference play against Maryland. They did cover the spread in that one, losing by 6 in a game that they were getting 7.5. They lost against most of their other tough tests like VCU, Butler, Texas A&M in a rematch of last year's NCAA tournament game. When we look at Michigan State, of course, they started the season playing those very tough games and then continued on, beating Butler at home by 20 points in a game they were laying 10. They lost against Arizona when the Cats were ranked number 1 in the nation. Lost in both their Big Ten games that they had kind of within that out-of-conference schedule when they lost against Wisconsin at home pretty badly as a 5.5-point favorite, losing by 13. And then they lost at Nebraska by 7 as a 4-point favorite. Then they go into Baylor and beat the doors off of Baylor 88-64, just absolutely crushing them. And since then, well, the Spartans have been rolling. So which Michigan State team are we going to see here in this one? I'll tell you, the one that we're going to see is the one that D's it up, because that is what Tom Izzo's teams do. They D it up. They do the little things really well. They rebound and hit their shots. And I think this team, very, very typical. Team shooting just 38.4% against the Spartans this year. And they're guarding the perimeter pretty well. Team shooting less than 31%. When we look at Michigan State, very efficient. 47.8%, 54th best in the nation. Not so great at hitting the threes, but I believe that will come. But when we look at their rebounding, they absolutely crush the boards, especially offensively. And then defensively, Michigan State, not bad on the boards as well, up against a Penn State team that does not rebound exceptionally well. I think Penn State's in big trouble in this game. I know it's a big spread. I don't care. I'm laying it. I'm taking Michigan State, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.